At long last, the first batch of new cards has been revealed for the upcoming deck build set Phantom Revengers in the form of the first archetype that I had mentioned in a previous video, known as the Hecatoncheire archetype. Now, obviously, as I stated in a previous video, this is a fusion based deck we that is also an illusion deck. Basically, it consists of all illusion monsters. Excuse me, that have the potential to do some crazy bullshit. And I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into this video. So we are going to kick things off with Hecatoncheire Ebel, which the artwork looks absolutely amazing, you guys. Absolutely incredible. And it is a 6-star light illusion with 1600 attack, 2100 defense, and the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: you can reveal this card in your hand, shuffle it into the deck, and special summon one Hecatoncheire monster from your deck in defense position, except this card. Second effect reads: if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Third effect reads: if this card is sent to the grave, you can target one Hecatoncheire monster in your grave, except this card. Special summon it. So, this is basically Cyber Dragon Monster Reborn. This is actually probably one of one of the best combination cards in one in what how can, I cannot speak, you guys. Excuse me. Excuse me, you guys. I am terribly sorry. I am tired as fuck. Anyway, this is probably one of the best combination of cards in one singular monster card. Cyber Dragon and Monster Reborn. That right there is just incredible on its own. And being able to literally just reveal this card in your hand, shuffle it back into the deck, and then side draw out another card from the deck is absolutely insane. This is basically your combo starter. This is like, if you have this card in your hand, you essentially have full combo. So once I've revealed all the cards that are in this, that will be in this archetype, I can definitely showcase a couple of like combo ideas that you could potentially do with this card in particular, and it might give you guys an idea of what to expect from the deck as we are still patiently waiting for the release of the other two archetypes, as well as more reprints that will be in the set. So next up we have Hecatoncheire Yadel. What is going on? My phone is acting stupid. My iPhone is acting stupid. There we go. And it is a 6-star light illusion with 2100 attack, 1600 defense. And the first and third effects are both once per turn. And I believe the second effect of all of the... Yeah, I believe the second effect of both those two plus this other one that I'll talk about here in a bit are all the same. And then I believe for the next two, the third effect is also the same as the second effect of the other three monsters. So those ones I will not be talking about, but the first effect reads you can reveal this card in your hand, shuffle it into the deck, then add one Hecatoncheire spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Basically this is Spell and Trap Rhoda, which is a nasty effect. Being able to get out search out the cards, this deck's fusion spell is absolutely insane. Or you could also search out for the deck's floodgate if it has one at all, which we will find out later in this video. So not too bad. The third effect reads: if this card is sent to the grave, you can target one Hecatoncheire spell trap in your grave and set it. So not bad. So that's actually not bad. Again, it's spell trap Rhoda. You can set spells and traps from your grave back into your back row, which could be your floodgate. It could be your fusion spell. It could be some sort of like Rhoda, if you will. So that's actually pretty sick. Really incredible. Next up, we have Hecatoncheire Goddess. Which actually, if you really think about it, the artwork will try and there we go, get in focus a bit. If you really look at it, the artwork, it kind of looks like oh my god, it kind of looks like one of the demon monsters from oh my god, what's that one was it Rising of the Shield Hero in a way? So in a way, that's kind of freaky. That's actually pretty freaky. It is a 7-star Dark Illusion with 2300 attack, 2000 defense, and the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: if a card is added to your opponent's hand except during the draw phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. Third effect reads: during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can target a monster in your opponent's grave, special summon it to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this is actually this just that effect right there is a crazy way to stop your opponent from summoning out their best monster to go into their full combo. So hypothetically speaking, if your opponent activates the effect of Engraver in Engrave to special summon it to their side of the field, you can chain this card, special summon Engraver to your board, and you essentially have a way to stop your opponent from comboing off and potentially going into cards like Fiendsmith Requiem, which could then link climb into a dark the Dark Charmer, and then they use dark to target one of your dark monsters, bring it to their side of the field, and then just link climb into a potential Axis Code Talker if they are able to make it in the same turn. So this card is a good way to, again, stop the opponent from comboing off, or actually from extending, even in spite of the fact that Nibiru is still in the format. So it's pretty insane. Plus, this is also a Cyber Dragons, which again, that alone is just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Alright, you guys, next up we have Hecatoncheire Gygas? Yes, Gygas. Which is a 7-star Dark Illusion with 1200 attack and 2800 defense, and the first two effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if a card is added to your opponent's hand except during the draw phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so I believe. Okay, so I believe. Something just came up, you guys. I will be right back. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, you guys, I am back. Sorry about that. My dogs were barking. I don't think you guys were able to hear that because I have my phone, my camera on oh my god, there's a term for it. Speech impairment, I think it's called. Um, yeah, I have it on that. So anyway, let's move on. 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 So I believe. Okay, my phone's acting stupid. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so few. The next few monster cards, including Goddess, all have the same first effect where it says that if a card is added to your opponent's hand outside or except during the draw phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. And the third effect reads: if this card battles a monster, now they can be destroyed by that battle. So the second effect is where it makes more of the difference than the other two effects. Goddess's third effect acts as a monster reborn to prevent your opponent from going into their full combo. Gaia's second effect reads: during your main phase, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and you can special summon 1 excavated monster and shuffle the rest back into the deck. So again, this ensures that your opponent doesn't get into their combo pieces. So hypothetically speaking, if you're playing this deck and you're going up against a Hecatoncheire deck, and one of the cards that you excavated was, let's say, Hecatoncheire Ogre, you can target Ogre, special summon it to your side of the field. Now you have a way to manipulate your opponent's deck to your advantage, which ensures that your opponent doesn't get any of their combo pieces to combo off, which is absolutely insane. Insane, you guys. Incredible. So next up, we have Hecatoncheire Brius? Yes, I believe I said that right. Brius. Which is a 7-star Dark Illusion. As my phone keeps going into more ads I don't need in my life. With 2800 attack, 1300 defense, and the first and third effects are the exact same. If a card is added to your opponent's hand outside the draw phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. So the second effect is a once per turn that reads during the main phase, you can look at one random card in your opponent's hand, and if it's a monster, you can special summon it to your field. So it's essentially confiscation. It's basically a much more broken version of confiscation, where you get to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, and or rather rip a monster out of your opponent's hand and special summon it to your side of the field. So again, this plays into my point. If you're going up against a Hecatoncheire or a Tearlamate deck or whatever, you can rip one of their combo pieces, special summon it to your side of the field, and if you banish it, now your opponent doesn't have a way to bring it back unless if there is a card in their deck that brings it back to their graveyard, in which case you're pretty much just fucked from there. But 9 times out of 10, there really isn't anything that can bring it back, because obviously you guys know when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, once a card is banished, you really can't bring it back unless if you have a way to bring it back, which there aren't a whole lot of cards in the format right now that can bring cards back from the bench pile, but there are some. There are some. I believe now there are one, two, three, five. There are five more cards to talk about, and then we got to talk about talk about a couple of the reprints that have been added to the set. So next up, we have Hecatoncheire Jowza, which was actually the artwork that I had talked about when I had revealed the three archetypes. So this is actually pretty sick. And now we get to find out what it is capable of. So it is an 8-star light illusion fusion. Try saying that 5 times fast. 2400 attack, 2500 defense, and it requires one Hecatoncheire monster plus an illusion monster. And it says that it must first be either fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck by attributing one illusion monster and a face-up monster you control owned by your opponent. You can only use the first effect once per turn, which reads, during your main phase, you can add one Hecatoncheire card from your deck or grave to your hand. Second effect, if the card battles a monster, and now they can be destroyed by that battle. Okay, so obviously, again, it's a once per turn, and you're able to add cards from your grave and your deck to your hand, which is absolutely nuts. So you can add, theoretically speaking, you can add Ebel to your hand from your graveyard, use its effect, and then just combo off from there, which is nasty. So that's actually pretty sick. Next up, we've got Hecatoncheire Xeno. Get rid of the ad. There we go. Looking crazy. The artwork is absolutely insane. It kind of looks like looks like a fan drew these arts, which is insane. 9-star Dark Illusion Fusion, 3400 attack, 3500 defense, and requires 3 Hecatoncheire monsters, and the first and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, during the main phase as a quick effect, you can look at 2 random face down cards in your opponent's extra deck, and if you do, special summon one of them to your field. Second effect reads, if this card battles a monster, now they can be destroyed by that battle. Third effect reads, if this fusion summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can take control of any number of monsters they control. Holy shit! Oh my god. This right here is basically, this is a way to bring out your opponent's best extra deck monster, and it's also fucking Snatch Steal on steroids. This is by far one of the best. This is by far probably one of, if not the best, fusion monsters I have seen in a very long time. I think even better than Tearlament Kaleidahar, because Kaleidahar was a nasty card to contend with, and I should know because I've played against Tearlament multiple times on Master Duel, so I know full well. I know a very powerful card when I see it. This card right here is literally the powerful card. Being able to look at 2 cards in your opponent's extra deck and summon one of them to your side of the field. This gives you access, depending on what card you choose. It can give you access to your opponent's it can give you access to your whole deck, or it can also help you go into more of your extra deck plays, which is wild. Absolutely wild, you guys. And again, and also with its third effect, if it gets destroyed by card effect, which, you know, could be Raigeki for example, or it could be Lightning Storm. Excuse me, you literally get to take control of your opponent's entire board, summon them in defense position if you are able to, and you now have an impenetrable board to combat against whatever your opponent may summon, which is absolutely crazy, you guys. Holy shit. Next up, we've got Hecatoncheire Tartarus, which, in a way, if you really look at the artwork, it kind of looks like something out of I know I've said this multiple times with so many different archetypes, but it legit looks like something out of actually, you know what? I take it back. I was gonna say something out of ReZero, but it kind of looks like Ganondorf's castle from Ocarina of Time in a way. So if you really look at it, it kind of looks like that a little bit, which is crazy. And ads piss off with the ads, stupid phone. But it is a quick play spell with the effect being a once per turn, but you can only choose each effect once per turn. If you control a Hecatoncheire monster, target one spell or trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Fusion summon one Hecatoncheire fusion from your action by banishing its material from your field and or grave, and if you do, face up monsters you control owned by your opponent. Oh, if you use face up monsters you control owned by your opponent, you can treat them as Hecatoncheire monsters. Holy shit, that's actually pretty sick. This card can help summon out Xeno right off the bat, which is insane. And it's essentially your polymerization, which is just incredible. Next up, we've got Ibd al Hecatoncheire. We have Ibd al Hecatoncheire. And last but not least, we also have Yad al Hecatoncheire. And they are both counter spells, or counter traps, and both of their effects are once per turn, and they're both solemn judgments. So Ibd's effect reads when your opponent activates a monster effect and you control a Hecatoncheire monster, negate the activation and destroy that monster. Then you can special summon it to your field. Yad's effect reads when your opponent activates a spell or trap and you control a Hecatoncheire monster, negate the activation, destroy that card, then you can set it to your field. So they both work together. Like if your opponent activates, like, let's say a hand trap, let's say you activate a search effect and your opponent plays Ash Blossom, you can literally use Ib's effect, negate the effect of Ash, destroy it, and then special summon it to your side of the field, which gives you access to go into a potential level 10 monster, which is, I believe, Bestial Despater, which just even that alone is just absolutely nuts. And then Yad's effect, you can literally target your opponent's floodgate, set it to your board. Now it's you that has a floodgate over your opponent, which is absolutely busted. The reprints that will be in the set will be Master Tao the Chanter, which I have talked about that in a previous video. If you have not checked that out, recommend checking it out. And then Eye of Illusion is the other reprint. I don't really know exactly. I don't know exactly what other reprints will be in the set, nor do we know what cards will be in the other two archetypes. But I'm telling you guys, that archetype, I'm saying it now, is going to be the deck that will alter the meta for good. Now, as far as some of the different combination of plays you can make in terms of your end board, you can go you can do you could theoretically do Jowza, Xeno plus Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and plus that plus Underworld Goddess, and that right there would just be an impeccable board. That's one idea you can do, or if you really wanted to piss off your opponent, you could go Xeno plus triple Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and your opponent won't be able to do shit. Like, all they can do is activate a card that negates everything, and then they would be able to combo off. But because that Xeno is a Hecatoncheire monster, you can activate Yad's effect and set that card to your side of the field. Now your opponent won't be able to do shit. I'm telling you guys, this archetype, this deck, is going to completely destroy the meta as we know it. Because right now, Malice is the deck in the format to beat. I think this deck might just be able to combat against it. Is it possible? Absolutely, but obviously the cards have yet to be uh, posted on Master Duel. I think they've been posted on other websites. I think Dueling Nexus, which I haven't used in a long time, and Dueling Book, which again is another website I have not used in a very long time. So it's very possible, but we will have to wait and see. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.